Hi, good morning, guys. The We are celebrating a great time of year. My name is Jonathan Rebel. Um, the message I would have for us today is the He restores our soul and He makes all things new. This wonderful time of year. Um, he leads me beside the still waters. David declares, and in That's, let me get to the right chapter here. I'm going to be reading out of, uh, yeah, this one. He makes all things new. Wait a minute. Wrong book. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Where'd it go? Here we are. Here we go. We'll get there, guys. Bear with me here. Technical difficulties. Just a little story that I wanted to share out of. There we go. There we are. Okay. Now, imagine, if you will, being in a jungle, because it is sometimes a jungle out there. I wonder if you could imagine yourself in a jungle, a dense jungle, a dark jungle. Your friends convinced you it was time for a once in a lifetime friend, and here you are. You paid the fare. You crossed the ocean, you hired the guide and joined the group, and you ventured where you had never ventured before into the thick, strange world of the jungle. Sound interesting? Let's take it a step further. Imagine that you're in the jungle, lost and alone. You've paused to lace your foot boot, and you looked up, and no one was near. You took a chance and went to the right. Now you're wondering if the others went to the left, or did you go left and they go right? Whatever, you are alone. And you have been alone for, well, you don't know how long it's been. Your watch was attached to your pack, and your pack is on the shoulder of the nice guy from New Jersey who volunteered to hold it while you tied your boots. You didn't intend for him to walk off with it, but he did, and here you are, stuck in the middle of nowhere. You have a problem. First, you were not made for this place. Drop you in the center of avenues and buildings, and you could sniff your way home, but here in sky blocking foliage, here in trail hiding thickets, you're out of your element. You weren't made for this jungle. What's worse, you aren't equipped. You have no machete, no knife, no matches, no flares, no food. You aren't equipped. And now you're trapped. And you haven't a clue how to get out. Sound like fun to you? Me either. Before moving on, let's pause and ask how we would feel given such circumstances. Well, what emotions would surface? With what thoughts would you wrestle? Fear? Of course you would. Anxiety, to say the least. Anger? I'd understand that. you'd like to get your hands on those folks who convinced you to take this trip. But most of all, what about hopelessness? No idea where to turn, no hunch what to do. Who could blame you for sitting on a log? Better check for snakes first. Burying your face in your hands and thinking, I'll never get out of here. You have no direction, no equipment, no hope. Can you freeze frame that emotion for a moment? Can you sense just for a second how it feels to be out of your element, out of solutions, out of ideas and energy? Can you imagine just for a moment how it feels to be out of hope? If you can relate to many people in this world. For many people, life is, well, life is a jungle, not a jungle of trees and beasts. Would that it be so simple? Would that our jungles could be cut with a machete or our adversaries trapped in a cage? But our jungles are comprised of a thicker thickets of failing health, broken hearts, and empty wallets. Our forests are framed with hospital walls and divorce courts. We don't hear the screeching of birds or the roaring of lions, but we do hear the complaints of neighbors and the demands of bosses. Our predators are our creditors, and the brush that surrounds us is the rush that exhausts us. It's a jungle out there, and for some, even for many, hope is in short supply. Hopelessness is an old bag. Unlike the others, it isn't full, it is empty, and its emptiness creates the burden. Unzip the top and imagine all the pockets. Turn it upside down, shake it hard. The bag of hopelessness is painfully empty. Not a pretty picture, is it? Let's see if we can brighten it up. We've imagined the emotions of being lost. You think you can do the same with being rescued? What would it take to restore your hope? What would you need to re-energize your journey? Though the answers are abundant, 3 come quickly to mind. The first would be a person, not just any person. You don't need someone equally confused. You need someone who knows the way out. And from him, you need some vision. You need someone to lift your spirits. You need someone to look you in the face and say, this isn't the end. Don't give up. There's a better place to sin, and I'll lead you there. And perhaps most important, you need direction. If you only have only a person, but no renewed vision, all you have to do is have company. If he has a vision but no direction, you have a dreamer for company. But if you have a person with direction who can take you from this place to the right place, then you have the one who can restore your hope. Or to use David's words, he restores my soul. Our shepherd majors in restoring hope to the soul. Whether you're a lamb lost on a craggy ledge, or in a city slicker, alone in a deep jungle, everything changes when your rescuer appears. Your loneliness diminishes because you have fellowship. Your despair decreases because you have vision. Your confusion begins to lift because you have direction. Please note, you haven't left the jungle. The trees still eclipse the sky. The thorns still cut the skin. Animals lurk and rodents scurry. The jungle is still a jungle. It hasn't changed, but you have. You've changed because you have hope. And you have hope because you've met someone who can lead you out. Your shepherd knows that you were not made for this place. He knows that you're not equipped for this place. So he has come to guide you out. He has come to restore your soul. He is the perfect one to do so. He has the right vision. He reminds you that you are like foreigners and strangers in this land. And he urges you to lift your eyes from the jungle around you to the heaven above you. Don't shuffle along, eyes to the ground, absorbed with things right in front of you. Look up and be alert to what is going around Christ. See things from his perspective. David said it this way, I lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. The Lord watches over you. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm, and he'll watch over your life. Good news, isn't it? God, your rescuer, has the right vision. He also has the right direction. He made the boldest claim in the history of man when he declared, I'm the way. People wondered if that claim was accurate. He answered their questions by cutting a path through the underbrush of sin and death and escaping alive. He's the only one who ever did. And he's the only one who can help you and me do the same. He has the right vision. He has seen the homeland. He has the right directions. He's cut the path. But for most of all, he's the right person. He is our God who knows the jungle better than the one who made it. And the one who knows the pitfalls of the path better than the one who has walked it. The story is told of a man on an American safari deep in the jungle. The guide before him had a machete and was whacking away the tall weeds and thick underbrush. The traveler, wearied and hot, asked in frustration, Where are we? Do you know where you're taking me? Where is the path? The seasoned guide stopped and looked back at the man and replied, I am the path. We ask the same questions, don't we? We ask God, where are you taking me? Where is the path? And he, like the guide, doesn't tell us. Oh, he may give us a hint or two. That's all. If he did, would we understand? Would we comprehend our location? No, like the traveler. We are acquainted with this jungle. So rather than give us an answer, Jesus gives us a far greater gift. He gives us himself. Does he remove the jungle? No. The vegetation is still thick. Does he purge the predators? No. Danger still lurks. Jesus doesn't give hope by changing the jungle. He restores our hope by giving us himself. And he has promised to stay until the very end. I'm with you always to the very end of the age. We need that reminder. We all need that reminder, for all of us need hope. Isn't that awesome, guys? That's out of a book by an author I really love. His name is Max Lucado. It's called Traveling Light. It's about restoring our soul. And God does restore, doesn't he? He absolutely does. And he came to bring things new. He brought newness of life. Isn't that something about a baby? Why did he come in as a baby? Did he need to come as a baby at all? Did he need to? Did we need Jesus to come as a baby? Nope. He didn't need to come as a baby. He could have come as a man. But there's something of why we celebrate, we sing that song, Away in a Manger, in Silent Night. And those stories, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Glory to the Newborn King. Why we celebrate this holiday in the first place, why we get a day off, why we, why we celebrate it at all. It's about a newborn baby. Why do we always come back to the babe in the manger? Everyone can relate to a baby. I don't care how calloused your heart is, how deep in unbelief your heart is, because of that little one lying in a manger. It can all bring us back to the same spot. It can all bring us back to that place of life, and a place of charity, and a place of goodness, and a place of kindness. It can all bring us back to that place that says, man, I am so grateful for the thought of a newborn life. It can bring us back to newness of life. And that's what he did. So now, guys, I have stated that before, that this is a season of giving. I wish you all a very Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and it's been a ride, hasn't it, since March, and the year is about over. Aren't we so glad? Aren't we thrilled that this has been an incredible ride, hasn't it? I saw a meme last year that said the the worst investment of 2019, or the worst Christmas present, was a 2020 planner. I don't. Who knew? All of us personal development coaches and business coaches are probably. I don't know if I want to ask anybody where do you see yourself in 5 years? Because 5 years ago, if we would have asked that question in 2015, everybody would have had a different opinion about 2020 in 2015. In fact, I remember as we go into the new year, we're going to all make those things that we do every New Year's Eve. We're going to make those resolutions that we're going to break on January 4th. And it's so anyway, guys, I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas. And the reason you'll see that paypal.me/success happens now, it's not for me, guys. It's we've actually chosen to help a couple of families this year, and it's been a little tighter this year. I've never asked anybody for help on this. But we do want to meet our goal of helping these people. And I thank those that have already given. And if you can spare a nickel, if you can spare $10, $20, $30, $40, whatever, and give to that fund there that you see on the screen, what we're doing is tomorrow night, we're going to invite them over to the house. We're going to feed these families in our home. We're going to make a big thing of lasagna for them. And we're going to try to give them a Christmas as best as we can. But due to COVID, it's been a kind of a struggle this year as far as what we've been able to do in the past years. Whole thing has turned around on us. So, but we still want to do that. So again, guys, hey there, Pastor Johnson, watching from India. Happy Christmas to you as well. But anyway, guys, may the Lord bless you richly this holiday season. Keep in mind that He is the one that makes all things new. And that's why He came as a baby. He could have come as a man. I always wondered why He could come as a man, why He would come as a man, or why He wouldn't. Just get it over with. Why come as a baby? Because a baby we can all relate to. I don't care what your faith is. I don't care how calloused your heart is. But sometimes a newborn baby can just melt the socks, melt the heart, right? Melt that heart of stone. And he promised to take away our heart of stone and give us a heart of flesh, didn't he? And there's nothing like you can be in the worst mood possible. It's like my dog. He's a 12-pound Shih Tzu, and I can be in the worst mood possible, and he can come and he can look up in my eyes. And he had put me in the best mood. Something about a baby can do the same thing. Something about a baby. There's something. I mean, when you hold it in your hands, it can melt the hardest and the calloused heart. So this is a time for where we can open up our shut up hearts and give out of sometimes our lack and into the need of others. So if you could help this family's dear to my heart because they live in a trailer, and I'm not talking about a trailer court. I'm talking about a little RV that's a pull behind RV that is in not the best of shape. They don't have the basic necessities, guys, and it's a family of 4. And it's a long story, but if you could find it in your heart to help us as we've already been helping them, we would greatly appreciate it. Anything you could do for those that you've already given to the fund, I so greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. We are just about $200 away from our goal for this family or these families, and we greatly appreciate you. And again, may the Lord bless you. And remember that Christmas is not about our presents. It's about the presence of the Lord in your life. It's about His presence. think so many times we're so concerned about the presents we're going to get. And if I give to somebody, are they going to give back to me? And I'll tell you, there's nothing like watching somebody open up a gift. And there's kind of like nothing like opening up the manger and seeing a newborn baby there and remembering the Christ child. So remember him this year, because he is the reason for the season. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May his face shine upon you. May he lift up his countenance on you and give you peace until that day when you stand before him, when there is no sunset and no dawning. Friend, have a great day. May God bless.